racing on a Wednesday night. 8 at the City Circuit. We're racing on the B course as well. The track should be good, although we're currently under a T8 warning. Typhoon A. It's been very wet and windy over the last 24 hours. Very warm welcome to Racing to Win, though. I'm Andrew Lejeune. Please say I'm joined by our former analyst Paul Lally and race caller Mark McNamara as well. And Mark, and amongst the 8 races we've got at the Valley, we've got the returning Karis Teeton and Joe Moreira.
Oh, we do indeed, Andrew. Been a couple of weeks since we've seen them, but they're both back. Joe and Karis. Zach lurking high up on the Jockeys Premiership as well. He's got a strong book of rides. Great last race coming up too. Buddies and Precious Ship come out of group racing. Alpha Hedge goes up. Green Lux in there as well. Flying Quest has got no weight for Matthew Poon and David Hall from the inside gate. Intriguing little race, the last.
It certainly is. And just to add a little bit of spice to all of that, Paul, we've got a decent jackpot in the TT.
We have 2.6 million starting off in the TT jackpot, so a decent jackpot to have a crack at, and it's never easy, as we know. So have a go if you like it, and you'll be really well rewarded if you get it.
That's the thing, if you get it. Well, there's plenty to get through as far as Happy Valley is concerned. The 8-race programme starts off with a Class 5. Before we get into all of that, though, let's look back at Sha Tin in our racing review. It was the final race at Sha Tin which held the most interest. Very strong lineup for this Class 2 of the 1200 metres, including Mark, California Rad, switching from Happy Valley to the big track.
He was coming back to Sha Tin, having had only a very fair record after dominating Happy Valley. He goes up here, Paul, to Good Luck Friend. It was such a strong field, this, and as the #1 fan of California Rad, you're stuck strong with him. He's had the blinkers on in this race, and they've really worked the oracle with him, haven't they?
Yeah, that was the key, I think. His last couple of starts at Sha Tin, he didn't have them. As you say, it was a really strong field. Now, he's by Fastnet Rock. I wonder what they'll do with him. I mean, that was 1,200 metres. He's a 4-year-old. And the way he finished off there, I'm sure he'll get 14. 16 might be a little stretch, but would you have a go? I mean, I probably would. Yeah,
as far as the 4-year-old Classic Series is concerned, you just say, I think he'll get 14 on his ear. So if he gets 14, why wouldn't you have a crack at a mile? The Crown was actually an eye-catching run there as well, Mark, in 4th place, making his Hong Kong debut for Casper Found. But as far as the other big winners were concerned on the day, Mighty Valor got a whopping 12.
He did, and he went straight to the lead, and he's gone to a rating of 69. Healthy Happy, who was a newcomer at PP, up to 88 on his debut win. Craig Starr, Paul, finally, they backed him again, and this time he's delivered in pretty good style for those that have been with him in recent weeks and months.
Yeah, they got the money, didn't they? There was plenty of money on him, and he went brown, he halved in price, and he's gone up those 8 points, but he's been a very consistent horse.
And I thought Beluga was a smart winner. Apex Top, good to see him win as well. He can certainly go on with it now. So I mentioned the Crown, certainly a horse to follow. We'll see if we can find you some more, though, with this week's edition. Now, you had to change your horse to follow on the fly, Paul, because you thought it was going to be Healthy Happy, but he came out and won. So you've gone for in the end?
Yeah, I said before the race, I thought he'd be a horse to follow out of the race. Well, he won. Winning for all, I've gone for in the end. Comes out of the same race, so I thought it was a nice run from this horse. He's only had the 3 starts. Jenny's gave him a really good rap from the paddock, and there was money around for him as well. So a few positives there, and he hit the line really strongly. He was no match for the first 2, but he came out of the race and was a clear 3rd. So I think there's a lot more to come from this horse.
Yeah, but if Healthy Happy can go on with that big weight first up here in Hong Kong, it's a super effort from him. Mark, we're going back a week for you, are we?
We are. Happy Valley and a winning endeavour. Andrew had a bit of a love-hate relationship with this horse over his last 2 or 3 starts, but his 1,200-metre races at Happy Valley have been excellent. He stepped up to 1650. He wasn't quite as good. This is Mig Energy, who you're counting your money here at the 100-metre mark. He's going to win by a length and then misses the top 4. There's winning endeavour in the purple. He's getting out now. Mayboob wins the race, charges late. I think next time 1650 he is going to be suited again.
All right, we'll look out for him. Back to Sha Tin for me. There was 2 first starters in this race. Equaleta Blitz and All for South. They ran 5th and 6th, but I thought Equaleta Blitz, who went off at nearly 40 to 1 here, I thought it was a super debut. He showed a lot of speed in his trials coming into this. Jimmy Ting's got him now, Alexi Bedell in the saddle on the weekend. It seems that he's acclimatised very quickly. Kai Ying Master, the well-backed Kai Ying Master, the Shrutis were on as far as the win was concerned. And down on the rail, Inner Flame, much better effort from him as well, because he'd run last in his previous start. But Equaleta Blitz, my horse to follow out of the meeting. Now, as far as the suspensions of fights were concerned, Jerry Chow fell foul, is what I'm trying to say. 2 days and a $15,000 fine as well. They missed a couple of days in November. All right, that's Sha Tin concerned on the weekends. We start looking ahead now to Happy Valley on Wednesday nights, and this is meeting number 12 of the current campaign. 8 races have gone on the turf, of course, and we're on the B course. We're worked back onto the B. We'll start off with a Class 5, and this is over the 1200 metres, headed by Regency Gem, dropping back in class. He's won here before. Cayenne Brilliance also drops in grade. Fox Chung was the last start course and distance winner. Red Zoffany, first up for the season, another class drop. A fantastic Fabio. He'll more likely go forward from his gates and working all the way down to Target Finder, who's another one who likes to roll forward, and he's got the perfect draw here in barrier number 1. Dylan Moe taking an extra £3 off his back. Now, as far as Chung Fa is concerned, the horses have been up and back within the last 30 days. There's one of them, Fox Chunga, and it's been a winning move as well. He has run and won since then, Mark.
We've got a good to slow tempo to start the night, Andrew, with fantastic Fabio taking up his customary role. Target Finder, who did lead up with a big lead in the trial behind him. Tiger Lad, Fox Chunga and Rockford on the inside. Green Envy left 3 wide around 1 to Brahma. Regency Gem, Quiet Chung Elite, Red Zoffany with the 1 and Cayenne Brilliance. Paul, the last 2.
This horse won fresh up last season, Regency Gem. He's only had the 1 win here in Hong Kong and did win it nicely enough. He's got Zach Purton aboard from a low draw, and Chris So's stable started off really well, so a lot of positives around him. As this horse as well, Fox Chunga, was a really nice win from him last time. He's now a 2-time winner in the grade. He's under a good hold as he comes down, and he seems to have gone forward from that win as well. So a horse going well at the moment. And the other one we're going to have a look at here is Tiger Lad, just working with Gallant Crown. Now, Tiger Lad's closest to us. Keep an eye on Gallant Crown. He's running later on with those blinkers on for the first time. Tiger Lad wasn't pushed to take off next to him, but still a nice enough piece of work.
OK. All right, we'll start off with our replays looking down the straight here at Sha Tin with Green Envy and Wonder Brahma. This was Green Envy first up for the season, Mark. He runs second to Bella Baby.
He does indeed. Wonder Brahma's had 2 starts, Andrew, for 2 6-lengths defeat, so he needs to make up many lengths. Green Envy, Paul, he was well named. He was rather green from about the 250 when he started to see some daylight, and he's pulled up lame after this race too. He does come back to Sha Tin. He raced over further late last season, but he just keeps finding the line in this race. Yeah,
so 1200 metres probably looks ideal about this stage of his preparation. I think he'll eventually get up to 1650.
OK, so maybe looking for a bit further again, but a good run over the 1,000. This is Fox Chunga. Now, this was his win. I think I said course and distance. We were looking through the starters. It was distance. It wasn't course. It was at Sha Tin, Paul.
Yeah, it was. And look, he managed to get through and win nicely. He has won over at Happy Valley before as well, though. He's a horse going well at the moment. The stable's going well, Francis Loy. And look, I think he can win again. He seems to have gone on from this run, and he's just a 2-time winner from his 25 starts, but it was strong enough to suggest that he could win again.
Joe happy to stick with him too on the back of this. Went up £7 for it, and he's just got that uncanny habit of finding the right spot in these Class 5 races in the run.
He certainly does. All right, one more to have a look at here. Regency Gem, finishing 3rd in this trial, Mark, on the all-weather. He's fresh up for the season.
Yeah, as Paul said, he's on the class drop too. He's been a first-up winner. Good trial. He wasn't knocked around at all here, Paul. And Zach's happy to ride from barrier number 3. You mentioned the start that Chris So has had. 55 runners for 7 winners and a further 5 placings. And he's going to be right there in this race.
Yeah, I've definitely got him in the number. He obviously doesn't win out of turn, but this is the time to catch him. It's fresh, definitely.
Yeah, to add to that stat as well, the Chris So Zach Purton record at the moment is 100%. 1 ride for 1 winner. So that's Regency Gem. Well in the market here, Paul, but Fox Chunga is favourite.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with him. I just thought it was a strong win. He's a horse in good form, and I can see no reason why he can't go on and win again. Tiger Lad, he's got a good barrier draw, so he's going to be right on the pace. We'll give him a chance. Regency Gem with that good fresh up record. And Green Envy coming back up to 1,200 metres looks good for him. 4-11, 1 and 2.
Same 4 as Paul, just a slightly different order. Green Envy goes on top on that second at Sha Tin down the straight. He actually was found to be lame after that race. Does have barrier 12 over the 1,200. That's the only negative about him. Regency Gem back into Class 5. Zach Purton, Chris So. We'll give Tiger Lad another chance. He's had 2 trials since that last run, and 4 Fox Chunga. Always consistent Class 5. 2-1, 11 and 4.
I got the 1-2-11, sorry, the 1-4-11. The difference to me is Kwai Chung Elite, who's first up for the season. I thought he might be interesting at a price as well. All right, that's race number 1. Second event's up next for us then. That's Happy Valley, comes up next.